Some say you should never post a producer's numbers up on the wall or the big screen. You wouldn't want to embarrass them. Others say for producers, it's fair game. So let's look at the pros and cons of each strategy, and I'll share my opinion at the end of this video. Welcome to the Big Nation channel, home of the triple threat solution: sales training, sales CRM, and sales management, all in one integrated system. We help leaders create environments where sales teams thrive and expand. Everyone wins, and that's a good thing, isn't it? So today we're diving into a hotly debated topic in sales leadership. Should you post a producer's numbers on the wall or big screen for everyone to see? Some say it's a great motivator that pushes people to perform at their highest level, while others argue it can be demoralizing and even detrimental to producer performance. So where do we draw the line? Let's break down the pros and cons of each strategy, dig into real world examples, and I'll give you my take at the end of the video. So let's kick things off with the argument against posting producers' numbers for everyone to see in your commercial insurance office. In commercial insurance, where deals often take months to close and relationships are built over time, posting numbers publicly can backfire, especially for newer producers who are learning the ropes or those working on complex, really high-value accounts that can take, in some cases, a couple of years to get across the finish line. If a producer is stuck in a slow month or slow quarter, seeing their numbers displayed might feel demoralizing. They're already under pressure to deliver, and this can add to their stress. So let's acknowledge, not all situations are the same. One producer might be working a niche while the other a generalist. Some work big accounts while others work small Main Street accounts. Creating even more complexity, some producers have that A personality. They're highly competitive and they thrive in the pressure, while others are more introverted, cautious, and team-oriented, which might cause them to feel uncomfortable or demotivated by public comparison. So you have to ask two questions. What's in the best interest of your individual producers, and what is in the best interest of the corporation? And the moral decision is which one takes priority. If the corporation suffers, then a lot of people suffer. If one person suffers, then one person suffers. So it's a lot to consider. Now let's look at the case for posting numbers publicly in your commercial insurance office. For many agencies, transparency around performance can be a strong motivator. One of the biggest advantages of posting numbers is the accountability it creates. In a single office setting where you see your peers daily, it's harder to hide from the numbers. It puts producers in a position where they're constantly aware of where they stand, which can push them to improve and make those critical follow-up calls or push for the close. In a commercial insurance office in the Midwest, posting monthly new business numbers helped a mid-level producer realize he was consistently falling behind his peers. Being publicly held accountable gave him the push to revamp his renewal process, hand off a lot of the work he could have been delegating but had held on to, and this freed up a significant amount of time, which over the next several years enabled him to increase his new business by over 100% without any negative impact in his retention rate. So for some producers, especially those with a competitive edge, public numbers can be the fuel that drives higher performance. In commercial insurance, where new revenue and renewals are the name of the game, seeing how close you are to a colleague's numbers can motivate you to go after that big account or rework your prospecting strategy. A seasoned producer in a commercial insurance outside of Houston saw his colleague consistently leading the office's leaderboard. It drove him to pursue more ambitious clients in the technology sector, pushing him to compete and ultimately lead to surpassing his peer 2 out of the next 3 years. For him, it was fun and put more purpose in the pursuit. So having clear benchmarks for growth. Posting numbers can provide clear benchmarks, which is particularly useful in commercial insurance, where you're often juggling both new business and renewals. When producers know exactly how they stand in relationship to company goals, they have a clearer picture of what they need to do to hit those big bonuses or qualify for the next incentive trip. Here's an example. In a New York-based agency, the management team posted monthly revenue goals and used this transparency to keep producers focused. It allowed the entire team to see how their individual efforts contributed to the overall office's goals, which led to a 20% increase in new business revenue that year. So is there a middle ground between total transparency and protecting individual producers' feelings? Yeah, I believe there is. And in a commercial insurance office, this balance can make all the difference. One effective strategy is to keep performance reviews private, but publicly celebrate wins. This way, producers get the recognition they deserve when they land a big account or hit renewal targets, but they're not singled out for struggling in a tough market. Another approach is to celebrate the effort behind the results, especially in commercial insurance, where prospecting, relationship building, and risk analysis are just as important as closing the deal. By recognizing producers for the groundwork they're laying, even if their numbers aren't at the top yet, you encourage long-term growth without putting them on the defensive. A Chicago-based commercial insurance firm shifted its focus to activity metrics, rewarding producers for the number of client touchpoints, proposals sent, and cross-selling effort. This helped junior producers build confidence and kept the team motivated to keep working hard, even if immediate results weren't visible. So what's my take? Well, in commercial insurance, where long sales cycles and complex accounts are the norm, I believe there's value in posting numbers, but it's all about balance. You want to foster transparency and accountability, but you also need to be a little sensitive to the individual challenges your producers are facing. Celebrating big wins while keeping detailed performance reviews private strikes the right balance between motivation and support. So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more tips. Thanks for watching.